All right, ladies
Microphone
and
muted.
gentlemen, welcome back to Batty Overwatch League Season 3, Week 2. I'm HS0, joined here with my good friend Lesser Farah, aka Caden Oldenburg, aka Muffin, or as you may commonly know him, Tree.
What up? This league is why I drink.
Yeah, that's that's a fair assessment. So I think we're gonna jump right into map bans. I'm just gonna try to find out who bans.
Zed, if you want to drop me a invite.
Zed is, he's making tea. I'm not kidding. He's making tea.
What?
And he didn't hear me screaming, so we're gonna try yelling again, boys. All right, we got VAG bans first. God bless. Yeah, dude, he's a tea guy now.
I mean, no, it's just when he went to make it. I'm not even in game yet.
Oh, yeah, he told you the invite before you were
When I went to go
so
get a drink, yeah.
I'm not gonna pull up a map list here. I'm gonna hope these guys do this right.
I lost
But
track of
we
maps
are
when we did
in-
text bans.
I pulled up a list on my spreadsheet and I was just deleting them as they got bans.
Yeah, I didn't delete them. I just literally Googled the list and YOLO'd it.
Yeah, I'm a little more professional of a Overwatch banner than you.
That
and
literally
more
sounds
professional
awful.
of an Overwatch player than you,
Yeah.
as both my rap and series did show.
You're obviously not a professional Snapchatter though.
No, that is not something. I'm thinking this is why all the hot girls are on the Instagram game. Snapchat's kind of second tier. I doubt I would have accidentally sent out a muted diss track if I was doing it on Instagram. So, unlucky, but it happens to the best of us, as we saw this morning.
I imagine. Are they already into text
We're
bans?
about halfway through the bands, yeah. We got
Okay.
Dorado, Hanamura, Hollywood, Anumis, Valskia, Wangjiang. Wangjiang banning Wangjiang. Now that's disappointing.
I mean, they lost on it.
There was hype last week, and then they lost, and now it's done. It's dead.
They saw the fail. They saw the fail of the game, and they just couldn't stomach it again.
Yeah, that's true. That made it pretty embarrassing. There's some very good editing on that this week. I had a lot of fun watching that twice. So one thing to note that I just caught here, UTech not going to be available for his team this week. I do believe he is actually busy with real life engagement, so this is not a benching. So it may not be until week 3 that we're going to finally find out who this team is choosing to have as their bench.
Microphone
Good job.
activated.
Oh, I'm dumb.
Microphone muted.
Looks like Sword and Mace not playing.
I need another invite, Zed, by the way. Awesome. All right, what map are we doing?
They're still banning.
Oh, okay.
Not everyone's as professional as us at this, you know.
I literally had each one queued up before you guys typed.
Yeah, so Wangjiang not starting Sword and Mace. So if I had to take a guess, I'm thinking that's going to mean UTech and T-Mech are going to be their healers. I know UTech plays a fair amount of Anna. I don't think anyone else on that team played healer at all last week. Looking at my notes real quick. So that would be my guess, but still kind of surprised to see Sword and Mace not starting. But I guess we've been talking about it all season so far. Wangjiang has a abundance of talent, so
Yeah, they got a lot of options.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that roster switch a few times over the course of the season.
That is a whole lot of weeb icon on VAG.
You got a problem with weebs?
No. Weeb Hut's my favorite restaurant.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to LCS players always go for KBBQ, but BOL players can have nice get-togethers at the Weeb Hut after we play.
Ah.
I have to find out what they serve at the Weeb Hut. Besides,
I would assume breadsticks in the shape of weeb sticks.
that would be pretty dank, actually. All right, so it looks like after a 5-minute ban phase, we are going to be going to King's Row.
Can't wait for us to have a real ban site again. That
Yeah,
timer is useful.
That would be great. It was real fun halfway through the ban state being like, oh yeah, they had an issue with the site last week.
I thought Zed was banning for you guys, and I know I told Zed about it. So I was really confused when he pokes me asking if I'm having issues, but you weren't in there at that time, so I'm not surprised you didn't know.
Yeah, as soon as I realized what was happening, I remembered it from last week, but
Yeah, because I was at 5 from the very
it was
beginning.
our second ban. Somebody was like, whoa, weren't we planning to, like, thinking about playing that? And I was like...
Yeah, I was concerned when I saw your first ban go all the way to time and then timeout. I'm like, we'll just keep going and they'll tell me if something's wrong.
Yeah, it's a strange glitch.
Yeah. All right.
We are finally in here, so we've got Wang versus VAG for all the bragging rights that the Baddie Overwatch League entails. And I don't think many of these picks are going to be final. But if we get Symmetra versus Symmetra, I would actually be very excited. I'm not going to lie.
I will be blown away if TK Thrifty plays that fucking Widowmaker for more than one shot out of the gate.
I mean, have you ever played Widowmaker?
Yeah.
One shot, one kill.
That's not how this is gonna go.
You doubt the boy, but
I do. I do. Fuck you, Tim. I doubt.
He's got mechanics, man. So looking at these picks, this is like literally the exact same comp that VAG ran for all of last week with Chromatic on the Genji. Everyone else on the same things. The only one of these that wasn't like 100% uptime last week was European Dry and Symmetra, which he still did play at some points.
Yeah. I mean, it is in the name. Very aggressive Genji.
Yeah, this is... I'm just worried this team might be too one-dimensional.
And Tim doesn't even get a shot off, and he's on May.
That's disappointing. Well, no shots, no promises about number of kills, so I guess it fits the theme.
Yep. And they're not going to fall for that Symmetra stuff out the gate. They're going to come out the side and just electrocute that stuff off right away. Some interesting, very aggressive Genji doesn't have any real, like, frontline tanks. They have what are generally considered side tanks. Oh, and they're jumping in.
Yeah, TK Thrifty gonna get cocked right away there. As this is looking good for VAG, putting out a lot of damage.
Now it's 4-4. They're even.
No, that was Tomb Diva.
Oh, Diva, that always messes me up. Yeah.
But still, somehow, Wangjiang are pushing onto this points. They keep losing people, but they're pushing the line forward. Now, I think Chill Out and Albano Joe both going down. That's going to be kind of the last straw there. They're being collapsed from the side as Chromatic is in their back line. Maybe a little too deep as he's jumping up on the bus to get out. But this is Super Smash Brothers. He's got a double jump. He's out just fine.
He's got his eyes set on T-Mick over there in the corner, but not going to be able to get him. We are coming up on ults pretty quick here. We're at 90%.
Yeah,
for...
for VAG, for VAG is they've got the teleporter res combo. That's their comp is, other than being Genji, it's kind of built around. As we see Albino Joe coming in, not super coordinated with the C, but he's gonna get the nano. He's kind of going ham down in this alleyway. Now we're used to see a team fights break out, but they're getting some good damage down. They lose teamic in the process.
Yeah, that was a weird choice of ult. They only managed to get one, and they actually just end up trading 1 for 1, so it's 5v5. Winston jumping in over him as TK Thrifty gets out on above there, and here comes the weave stick. Does take out Chill Out right away, and he's still going for it. Oh, hammer down!
Does not dodge the sleep darts. Does not care. Probably worked. Oh, TK Thrifty though found the teleporter.
Not gonna be able to get it. He did get his ult right at the end there, or he probably had it for a bit actually. But
who would win, one thick chick or a teleporter?
And they don't give a shit. They're right back in, 4 right up in the front. They got Chill Out going up on the top right there to get a vantage point.
Yeah, there's a lot of ults available, and they're gonna lead it with the trans, and the ape shit is back. He is knocking everyone in the side building.
Freeze coming in.
Oh, that's
think
nice.
twice. Gonna be frozen out of his ult. And this is looking good for him. Crystallized with a perfect mercy res.
TK50 though going for the teleporter, and it is finally going to go down. But a lot of people dying for Wangjiang when this teleporter got committed to, and now we're going to see the offense going for a retake.
That was a weird choice to send 2 people back for it. I understand the thought process of, you know, if you don't, you're just going to lose so many people. But they lost the point anyway because of that.
Yeah, I'm no expert on high-level Overwatch strategy, but I don't think you ever want to send the Ana back to take out the teleport. But it looks like Wangjiang still pushing forward. TK50 finally going down on the backline, but the tanks are on the point and not doing a whole lot. But yeah, they bought a lot of time here, so this might be alright. There's finally no support to get in, but Chromatic dropping the weave stick.
Yeah, he's just looking to get them off. They are down at the last 30 seconds here, so they are running out of time to actually make this happen. There will only be one more push, and it might not even be a full team push. Chill Out caught out here alone. He's probably going to get picked.
Yeah,
or not?
Oh, that's really big to Chill Out escape. Because
10 seconds, though. They got to get on it.
Yeah, they've got Albino Joe on the Winston, though, so they'll be fine. You can't stop a Winston from jumping, or you just bring Shooter in.
Pulled in, but he does die from it. T-Mick with a slightly too late ult. 2 dead, 3 dead for them already. This is not looking good. That is almost all of the abilities to keep them alive down, and here comes VAG back to the point, try and clean it up. Winston gonna pop his ult and just try and push people off. It doesn't look like it's enough as the rest of his team goes down, but Shooter dies back in. Hammer down. Only able to get one
with the hammer. That's not going to really do much to buy time as Shoot and Soldier on this point. But no one's really shooting the Reinhardt.
Shooter Knight gets blasted off, and that will be it.
And yeah, that was just
that was real solid.
Yeah, really solid from VAG, and really ugly from Wangjiang. They just did not look coordinated, which I know was kind of the story last week when they were playing, was that Wangjiang, like, when things get chaotic, they look really good, but attacking a point, like, especially on King's Row, that first point, that's a pretty structured objective to take.
Yeah, one thing, I have no idea what the right answer to this is, but sending 2 people in the middle of a fight to handle the teleporter as the rest of your team dies, it's a trade-off, but I don't know, it seemed weird.
No, that was, I'm gonna say that was just bad that they sent UTech with TK Thrifty there. Like, I could not think of any reason why you would have an Ana on teleporter duty like that.
Oh, it was an Ana, yeah. Actually, I mean, even TK Thrifty isn't the best choice for it. There's, I believe they had someone else who could have killed it way faster, but I think he snuck around behind, which is why they sent him at it.
Was the only one that 100% knew where it was because he had been there earlier.
Right. I do believe he was one of the few able to sneak around that right side. He went all the way around, I believe, in order to get there. We're going to see another Symmetra, this time from Joe. Not placing the turrets right up front of the door, this time just placing them more towards where the choke point is.
Yeah, very support-heavy comp coming out of Wangjiang. They're
Victory is assured.
running an Ana in addition to that Symmetra Mercy combo, which I generally like doing 2 healers with the Symmetra.
Yeah, they just if Chillout and Joe, it's gonna be interesting because they have their damage very much localized on these two, and one is technically, a support. But if Joey's able to make that work for him, this will be a hard push. Or yeah.
Yeah, we see VAG kind of coming in. Think Twice getting pretty swift from his team there, and he's gonna die for it.
Yeah,
Your
and
soldier not the greatest.
so we're jumping out. Everyone kind of, I mean, they're all together, but they're just slowly walking in.
Yeah, despite getting a pick here, Wang Zhang is just kind of giving up all the grounds in the world.
Yeah, this is a really weird place to be fighting constantly. Just sort of this mid-ground outside of that choke point. Dramatic trying to get around on the side here, but not able to find any opening. Lots of shields being blown, no one going down. Oh, and
Chromatic goes down super early. That's not going to be good for VAG.
One for each team, actually, as Think Twice goes down, trying to get behind them and wrap around. Rez comes out, though, picks up both, and a counter Rez. To break it out, this is looking real good for VAG here.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of picks off. I
Both
don't
monkeys.
know if Albino Joe got a teleporter off.
There is a teleporter. It's back left there, and I just saw 3 people come out, and their monkey UTech was able to stay alive just long enough for them to all get back there through the TP. Chromatic now looking to try and get that TP, but he ults instead, and he's a little confused in these tight corridors. He's going to take it out by Joey, who's defending his TP.
This will protect us.
And yeah, that's going to be a hold.
Yeah, big hold there. Obviously, Wang Zhang loses this map if they give up a single tick on the points.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to hold this very, very well.
But very aggressive Genji, keeping their foot on the gas here. They got a lot of guys in the area. Ult situation not super good for either team, but ooh, Albino Joe going down really early here. Point kind of established here by the team, and Shunudai gonna get the hammer down, but doesn't step out of the point.
Oh!
And that is it.
Rez is just a little too late to matter, and that first tick is all that matters in comp.
Yeah, and that was a swamping by the very aggressive Genji. And I'm gonna take a guess and say he gets the play of the game here. I don't know what for. No, it's actually gonna be Chill Out with the losing team play of the game here.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah, this one makes sense.
Yeah, it takes out that
Drops it.
Genji. Yeah, turns into the rest of the team. Didn't quite manage to get that Mercy right away, but that means there's a lot of targets left for him to shoot.
And as you can see in the background, nice cameo appearance from UTech and TK Thrifty killing the telly, losing the points.
Excellent.
So we're going to see 4 bans from VAG and a pick from the losing team.
Sorry, I'm filling the glorious leader Kim Jong Salvo in on how we did for the People's Republic. Or he loses reception again.
Yeah, he's up in no man's land for a week.
It's always so confusing me. All these nerds tell me they're going up north, and I always thought Japan was out west. So yeah, I'm thinking Wang Zhang maybe going to try to change things up a bit here, as they didn't really seem to be on to much. Fortunately for them, they are a team that has a lot of ways they can change things up, both in terms of what they pick and even what roles they play.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised. I was expecting them to ban a lot of the control points, but I guess they're feeling confident about those too. So with Anubis, Eichenwald, Numbani, and Gibraltar, we have a decent spread of banned maps. No one type that they dislike the most.
Yeah, it's always kind of fun early in the season where teams have an idea of what maps they dislike, but until you really played a few maps with your teams, you're not actually sure what your team is too good
Yeah,
at. So,
absolutely. And as you play with them more and more, you figure out not only what you're good at, but what the other teams are worse at.
actually, real quick, can I give a shout out to Chromatic here? He banned 4 maps, and he managed to spell all 4 of them wrong. Like,
Really?
that's impressive. I don't know if I can even accidentally do that.
Numbani.
You know, I can't judge this guy for his skill because he's a very
What's wrong with
aggressive
Gibraltar?
AR. Gibraltar. I don't like that Gibraltar map, Caden. Team Swain
Wait.
doesn't like it. I want to go to a nice American map like Route 66. Please laugh.
I was literally double checking that Gibraltar was spelled wrong because I was like, that looks right.
No,
Nope.
there's an E at the end of Eichenwald. There's an M in Numbani.
Yeah,
And a
no, all
new
4. That's
bus,
impressive.
not a new bus.
Yeah, I got
Which
super
of-
distracted and had to go check.
Which of those alternate maps would be the best? Would it be Redneck Gibraltar or a new bus, which is just like
A new bus.
an
Absolutely
Egyptian,
a new bus.
like an Egyptian bus train?
You know this train that's crashed and all fucked up here? I imagine the map is like that. Did you ever play that TF2 map where the whole thing is on like moving cars through the desert? I imagine that, but in TF2 or in Overwatch.
Damn, this isn't a source game. We could be playing cool maps like that right now. Could you imagine the Baddie Overwatch League taking the finals to 2 fort?
Oh,
There's 2 forts, man.
I would quit. I would quit immediately in the finals. I don't care.
That's right. I always forget you are not a man of taste.
2 Fort is a garbage map.
But speaking of some fellow men of no taste, we got Wangjiang going for a lot of pressure on Chill Out with this 3-tank comp. It's a bit lower on the damage side with the 2 lowest DPS healers backing things up, and Winston and Reinhardt being, pretty low DPS for tanks. So I have my questions about how that's going to work to shut down anything but the Genji. But
Yes. Unless, I don't know. We'll see. Because this is going to be a hard... It'll really depend on how the flanking goes here on this first point. Because,
might be the map where Chromatic finally has to switch.
yeah. We'll see. He's already around the side, but he is getting electrocuted down. He gets healed as he jumps back into his team. And it does look like Shooter Die actually jumps off, so that whole hold on the top of Big Earls is gone now, and there's just total chaos in the backline as 4 people are going for Chromatic.
They get Chromatic, but what's the cost? They got a lot of low health bars there. And it's Crystallized gonna go down though, so that's one of the healers finally secured. But the cart is still inching its way forward while UTech is on it.
And Thor's going to pick up, it looks like, 2 people with the help from Think Twice up here on the top, and they're going to get a lot of time. Probably, they might get all the way in, depending on if they choose to fight this. And they are, actually. We see Roadhog coming down here on the bottom, Albino Joe getting that hook on Zarya, who's not going to die.
Yeah, but Joe just runs in there, gives up ult charge for free, and now... Oh, they
are
Windshot
contesting.
is here in time to contest. The 2 of the tanks are on. But there are ults available in both directions here. Keep an eye out for the apeshit out of Thor.
Yeah. Chromatic just being as annoying as possible in his backline, going for the healers first, but he's getting slapped by this hammer, but he is going to go down. Rez coming out from their TK Thrifty, now playing Mercy. Multiple ults coming out for Red Team. They're still managing to hold on. It's going roughly even here. And
There's
counter res.
the res on the Think Twice. Very aggressive Genji. Look like they're
Black
damage
hole.
control. There goes Josh Danko with the huge black hole. Winston trying to lay down the thunderstorm in there, but not going to find any of the kills. But he's going to lower the health bars, and that's enough. As it's now just UTech near the cart. He finally goes down, and that's a first point secured. Or the very aggressive Genji.
Great black hole. I think it caught 5 of them, which I think was everyone who was alive right then. So
Yeah, it was so weird to see such a great black hole that didn't turn into a bunch of kills, but it got everybody low, and it still ended up being the deciding factor.
yeah, it was very good. Thor did get a lot of damage down with the lightning there. Wasn't able to kill
By the way,
anyone right away.
We got major swaps coming. Albino Joe switching over to the Mercy, taking over TK50's hands, and TK50 putting a second DPS on the board, going Reaper here.
Yeah, they must have really been having some problem with those tanks then.
Well, they weren't having any success with the tanks. And Albino Joe gonna switch to Mercy and die as fast as he can engage a fight. And so does TK50. Swap not.
Hammer down.
Dropping the hammer late after 3 people are dead, but they get 2 members of the very aggressive Genji. But the very aggressive Genji is doing the he-hoo-ha stuff in the back. And I think this cart is gonna keep pushing.
Yeah, combination weeb stick and just good support manages to give them some more time.
Yeah. And like we said, that just looked like more really bad coordination out of Wangjiang. When you have 3 people die immediately before a fight breaks out, you usually don't want to go dropping ults like that. And so they end up just blowing ults for nothing. Albino Joe straight up inting at this point on the Mercy. This is rough. Although, looking like some Mercy Shore in the audience with both Mercies going down right away.
Yeah, they're just zerging on to this point. At this point, they just want to stall as long as they can, keep them from getting it, and it actually looks like it's working out for them.
Yeah, they were finally they kind of built up some ults over the course of a while. Now, there are a lot of ults available for this retake out of VAG. So
yeah,
keep an eye on that.
With how that previous push went and with the ults available, I can't imagine VAG not getting this point.
Yeah, Josh Dango's in the mid-80s, Chromatic's in the 70s, and that would be 5 ults if they can get to those 2. I don't think they'll need them as the only ult that's going to be available. Oh, there might be a few ults available for Wangjiang by the time the fight breaks out, but Thor dies really early here.
Joe does have the defensive Mercy res, but he's sort of out in front. He only reses 1 just because he was super low. But his team's 1 for 1 right now.
Yeah, they're kind of flanking. Zarya's the solo front line being collapsed on.
Oh, black hole.
Drops a hole. There's the everything. The very aggressive Genji dropping in. Gives them the greatest weapon known to man. But it might not be enough. As a big res comes out. That gives Chromatic and Josh Dango, the 2 best players on VAG. There are a lot of ults available, but not a lot of bodies for Wangjiang, though.
That's actually a really funny way of trying to counter the Zarya Genji combo is just play Reaper and ult when they ult you into a black hole. And hope you deal enough damage. Chill Out kind of just trying to pick out as many of them as possible as they try and back up and regroup, and he is going to get... No, not going to get the 3rd there. Almost able to completely split them. UTech diving in, just same idea, just trying to kill as many as possible, split them up, force them to make bad plays. But actually, Chill Out going to go down here, and that's going to put his team at sort of a bad position. But Joey's sitting here with a res, looking at that.
UTech is super deep with the monkey. He's just disrupting time, but that was a weird play to commit to. Now Thor going apeshit on the cart, and that's 2 members down, 3 down. I think the cart finally going to start moving again as Wangjiang fall into pieces. A bit late on the Lucio ult.
They have 2 above, though. Like, they can still contest this. And UTech actually goes in to contest. He gets low. He jumps out. Gonna get pushed. I don't think they're gonna be able to get through the Winston. They do. They just run straight through. He gets ulted.
For the nano visor coming in.
Oh.
Graviton pulling Super Soldier out of the mix. Joey going for the res on the TK50 because he almost has the Death Blossom available. But TK50 goes down with 1 tick of the ult going off.
Now Chill Out with the visor. He's only able to pick up 1 before he goes down, and now it's completely on Shooter Die and UTech to hold out long enough for their team to get here. Shooter Die finally going to go down. UTech getting slowly taken down. It might be enough for his team. No, that is going to get capped.
And in overtime, we get the extra 1.5 given over to the very aggressive Genji here. Going to try to push down this last point. Wangjiang setting up defense much deeper back, as is the norm on the 66.
This is going to be real tough. A minute to push this point is tough. Like, if you don't steamroll through, you get blocked hard at the end.
Yeah, but fortunately for very aggressive Genji, they are doing much better on the ult economy right now. They've got a lot of ults that are closer.
Yeah, looks like they're just setting up. And
A lot
here
of
comes
ground
the
for
actual
free here.
push. Oh, TK Thrifty comes in, but has to run out right away. Thrifty
Yeah,
does pick up their
crystallized-
healer.
Yeah, that's no res available now. As the monkeys are starting to drop the ult, TK Thrifty pops the death blossom, but only gets one.
But he gets 3 overall. Weepstick trying to just keep them off. He gets 1, dealing damage, but is not going to be able to get it. So they're going to hold this for now. Oh, and the res just to try and get it up because there's only 20 seconds left. There will only be one more attempt here.
High pressure retake here, though. There's a lot of ults available for the very aggressive Genji. Only missing the 2 DPS ults. As there we
Black
go,
hole.
Graviton Surge getting everyone. There is a Reinhardt shield there, but he turned it for a second. No kills, but some damage does go down. But this looks like nothing for all the ults spent. Shooter Guy finally the first to fall, but I don't think that's going to go. Albino Joe goes down.
Absolute chaos. Venn diagrams from Winston's ulting everywhere. Think Twice finally going to pop that ult and try and pick some people out. Winston just has too much health in that ult, though. He's not going to go down yet. TK Thrifty now back in here, searching for that Mercy. Going to find a... Oh, and they do manage to get 2 of them taken out right away. This is still a decent hold going on here. They're able to get back from their spawn in time to keep this going. Chromatic trying to take out Joey, and he's going to Weep Stick.
Oh, the Weep Stick.
Oh, but
a
hammer
huge
down!
hammer out of Shooter Die.
Oh, wow. That's massive. And now if Thor gets pushed off, that is it. That is a very far push, but they still stopped it.
Yeah, game-winning ult out of Shooter Die there, who has generally been on fire with the Reinhardt ults so far. And,
That's one nice thing about the team they were fighting. There was no Reinhardt shields to have to worry about for Reinhardt ult. So it's much safer than it normally is.
yeah, one thing I kind of noticed there out of Wangjiang is they still... I feel like there were a lot of fights they commit to for the sake of, oh, we can still try to contest to buy time. But the players in this league are starting to get enough of a grasp on competitive Overwatch that buying time when you're still going to lose the fight is, it's a bad thing. You're just giving up ult charge for free. And I felt like we had a lot of fights there in that game where that was ultimately a deciding factor for VAG, was that Wangjiang just didn't know when to give up on some of these fights.
Yeah, I would agree with that, especially when it's so close to getting capped anyway. It's not like if they died and trickled in right away at the beginning of the map, where they would have had time to group up before the point again. Still going to see roughly the same loadouts, though, for players. Still picking up those same characters.
Gonna play 100% Genji this season?
He might. And
If he does, like, later in the season, I want to honor him with a game where, when we stream it, we literally just watch from Chromatic's POV. To see...
he absolutely might. Honestly, like... In this sort of league where you're dealing with total range of players, like, if you're able to bully the lower range players, it's worth so much. Not to mention, a good Genji is arguably one of the most pain-in-the-ass things in the game.
Yeah, and props to TK Thrifty for having the robot balls to run a Bastion into Chromatic's Genji, but I would not be trying that.
Yeah, they're expecting the shield up on the point, but actually that's not even going to be there. There are some people up there, but there's no shield to burst through. We'll see how well this works out for him, though. Genji immediately reflecting. He does switch off from targeting him. Jotsenko immediately gets taken out of that.
Yeah, but a fight from every angle. The surrounds coming out of very aggressive Genji, but not really capitalizing here. There's a lot of health bars just dropping low really fast. No one getting any damage onto that Bastion. And
yeah,
gonna keep moving for Wangjiang.
Actually been kept fairly safe. UTech able to pick up 2 before he goes down to Josh Danku, who's going to get his mech back. They're going to get a decent push, but it will be defended. They'll have enough time to get 3 or 4 up here before they have to jump on.
And now Josh Ang going to try to eat a full clip out of that Bastion, buy some time. The hook not going to hit the Bastion.
Yeah, they're not doing that well. They finally got
But now
TK
the
Thrifty,
Bastion
but he
goes
got
down.
2 kills. And Chill
Yeah,
Out
they
also
give
ulting.
a lot for it.
Yeah, that's going to be the point. Chromatic, there's no way he can stop this. He's going to go down quickly after his team does, so they're going to be able to group up. Although they do have a long way to walk now, because they all died after the point, or they all respawned after the point got taken. So they're going to have to run a bit. Not able to defend immediately out of that gate like normally we see.
Enemy sighted.
They're getting grouped up again. Think Twice switching off of Soldier onto Reaper, it looks like. Gonna try and get back there. And Leap Stick coming out, going straight on to Genji, but he dies immediately. And TK Thrifty going all out with the tank. He gets slapped great sleep, but then he gets hit and dies. I think Danko just killed himself by waking up the Bastion.
Yeah, the creaky robot securing one last kill at the end there. And this has been a super good push on a Wangjiang. Very aggressive Genji, despite having the very aggressive Genji, has not had an answer for this Bastion comp.
Yeah, Bastion has been walking through them. They are here just in time to defend this right before an ult coming down from Thor trying to push out, but he's going to get killed by... I mean, a Bastion's just going to chunk through a Roadhog without any shields in front of him, so... Yeah, they just got nothing that can handle this right now. TK Thrifty is just sitting on high ground and just mowing people down.
Yeah, this is a lot of time to get halfway to the end here. 5 minutes remaining for Wangjiang Tower.
They are 3.5 minutes faster than very aggressive Genji was. Which, granted, they're still good if they do make it all the way here. Oh, they didn't make it all the way. That's right. They just need to.
Yeah.
I thought they had made it all the way.
They don't have to get through the hard part, that last stretch where everything
falls that's
out.
true. Oh,
and,
man.
It's looking like they might not have to because they're taking down Dango, they're taking down Pendrive, they're taking down Chromatic, they're taking down Thor. Oh, they're taking down Crystallize. This is gonna be game over as they're taking down Think Twice.
Chill Out, congratulations, play the game. He just got a Penta, a good hammer down, keeping them off. TK Thrifty does have his tank down if he needs it. He doesn't need it, though.
Yeah, Albino Joe, or sorry, Crystallize did not have a res available there, so...
Final score.
That's a game.
They just had no answer for Bastion.
Yeah, and we said, you know, Wangjiang's strength might be that they can switch things up drastically and still have people playing heroes they're good at. And we saw it there with them committing to the Bastion comp and there being no answer to the very aggressive Genji. And play of the match gonna be Chromatic dropping one of his weep sticks here.
Oh,
this was
gonna be a dash in. Yeah,
into the black hole.
Yeah, he gets one kill in order to get his ult charge. Gets 1, 2. Does get hammered down, but he already got the 3. I'm amazed. Chill Out didn't get that with 5k. So we are 1-1.
Yep, 1-1. So match point coming up here in a sec. So 4 bands going to come out for Wangjiang Tower. And then very aggressive Genji with the map pick, as usual.
Yeah, they were fine with spreading their bans all over, so I believe they're fine with any type of map here. But you never know. After you lose a game, sometimes you start second guessing. Maybe they won't want escorts anymore. Who knows?
Maybe they don't have bans ready because they weren't expecting to lose.
I think when you have 5 minutes left going into the last one and they don't even have to push into the hardest part of the point, you have to start acknowledging that you might have to ban.
I mean, with that attitude, you do.
Or you might have to pick, I should say. Wang thinking hard about these 4 bans.
Yeah, the Google results for which maps is Bastion not good on might not be super easy this to read.
Oh, no, just click on Feeling Lucky, trust that first link with your life.
Alright, let's find out what Google says, boys.
Alright, and bans are going to be Ilios, Lijiang, whatever, Nepal, and Oasis.
So, not feeling the King of the Hill.
Yeah,
I know
that's
they
all
lost
4.
on Wangjiang last week, so maybe they're thinking that that's just not their game type. But just looking at the players on this team, I imagine King of the Hill would be something they're solid at. But at the same time, Genji very effective on King of the Hill, and I probably wouldn't want to be playing against Chromatic on it either.
Yeah, so they are opting for maps that require a bit more coordination in order to get through, which we'll see how that works out for them. VAG cannot pick King's Row because they've already won on it tonight, but all the other maps except for Control Point are open to them. Volskaya.
Alright, going back to Valskia Industries. Not going back to, going to for the first time.
Do you think he's doing it on purpose?
No, I'm not. I don't think so.
All right. One thing I am interested to see, since this is the first time we're seeing Volskaya, is which teams choose to take that left path on offense and actually go around the side. I'm trying to think of what everyone's playing, and I know VAG would have a decent amount of people who could go over there with him.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
We'll see if Wang does. Oh, it looks like, at least right now, Wang is picking the front gate method, at least with their first couple picks here. So we would only have TK Thrifty and Albino Joe who could go around the outside.
Yeah, but on the defense, we got, once again, the Mercy Symmetric comp coming out of very aggressive Genji. Otherwise, generally sticking with the picks they've been playing.
Yeah, for the most part, they feel no need to switch.
An impossibility in your mind.
Yeah, maybe for those of you that are uninitiated, we can tell you about a great defensive strategy, Team Swain special. Sorry, offensive strategy called Fuck This Gay Earth. There's a tradition where every map, you in the spawn room, unload your clip onto this beautiful globe for the full 60 seconds. It's a really good team bonding experience. I'd recommend trying it with your team sometime, because only you have the power to fuck this gay Earth.
Actually, blue team heading outside of that choke point that we normally see him playing at. Chromatic trying to get into it with this aerial combo here. He's going to have to back up. Oh, he doesn't have his charge, and he actually gets taken out by teammate. That's not good for them, but it is 1-for-1 right now.
Yeah, they get shooter die, so without that shield, it's going to be hard to push in here. And teammate going down as well, so this might be alright. TK50 up in the air as the Pharah. As Chromatic has done it, switching over to the Widowmaker.
Oh,
we
shit.
no longer have a very aggressive Genji on the board.
Is this team even real anymore?
I must be real mad about that Pharah pick.
VAG is doing really good though before Chromatic can even get back. Just holding that real hard. No one getting through.
Yeah, looking like that was exclusively to counter the Pharah, I would assume, as they only had Think Twice available.
Yeah, he's sitting here
so.
waiting for it. He sees the Mercy, gets a shot, not a headshot though on the Pharah. So they are now aware there's a Widowmaker if they made that call out. So it does look like they're going to be actually playing lower to try and stay away from Chromatic's line of sight there on that Widow. T-Mick in here alone on the side here. Not great for him. Oh, and here's teams finally coming in. They managed to pick up Danko and Crystallize there on the side. They were pushing hard on the left. Chromatic there waiting. He gets picked.
Ooh, Chromatic down. Loses the duel to TK Thrifty. That's 3 down now for VAG. And
Yep.
do they have a teleporter? There is a teleporter. They are coming out at this point. Thor buying a lot of time. But the barrage going to wipe out what was remaining on this point. Going to be another 3v6 scenario. As the Red only gonna get one. A big Graviton surge, but I don't think they have anything to mop through the team there, and they don't. They do get the healers off the board, though, so... And now people are coming out of this teleporter. Vegas and Genji actually making it out to this point that might only be at a tick here.
Yeah. I don't even think that's a tick.
Oh, looking like that is going to be the... No, that is not the one tick.
Wow. Super close to that first tick, but they do not manage to get it. And now they're left with a minute and a half, which is really only, like, if you go quickly, that's 2 pushes. If you go slow, it's only 1.
Yeah, and there were a lot of ults committed there out of Wangjiang Tower, too. Whereas there's still going to be a few ults available for the very aggressive Genji. Including the very aggressive Genji, who has returned to combat.
Yeah, we do have TK Thrifty and Albino Joe on the back end here, trying to pick up that their back line, trying to get this healer. KO Ken coming down here. Genji just trying to weeb him out, only gets 1. It is a healer though.
Heroes never die.
And a res coming back for that healer, but it's not looking great for VAG.
No, and they don't have a teleporter available any longer either, as they're trickling down off the map here.
Does look, yeah, this does look like a cap for him. Cutting it a bit close, but still counts. So they are going to have a little bit of extra time, minus what it gives, plus what it gives you here. You only have 1 ult up on each team.
Yeah, but we do see a good number, or a few ults at least that are close, you know, in that 70+ range. But keep an eye on Crystallize in particular with the res available. He's been... A lot of reses have had to come out very early in these fights.
Yeah. You see Chromatic looking at the backline. TK Thrifty already picking up Crystallize. Chromatic trying to return the favor to their Mercy. Doesn't quite get her. Oh,
Yeah,
got in my
goes
sights.
down though, but TK Thrifty trying to drop the rocket barrage, but he gets fucked up by the moving platform, moving him out of where he wanted to be.
And now,
3-for-3, but Crystallize comes out of spawn, gets a 2-man res, so this should be a good hold for the very aggressive Genji.
yeah, looking real good for them. Attacking team is going to have to back out, but Chromatic is still chasing Chill Out. He's going to have to back up there. Got a little too high P. Thrifty just raining down that damage, trying to get any sort of ult charge he can, because like you said, he did use it. Not to great effect there. He got messed up by the environment.
Yeah, that was a new one. I have not seen that happen before.
Yeah. They are all grouped up on the left side. They're coming in the front, gonna wrap around the left. Chromatic and a couple other players already ready for him. Tactical Visor coming down from Think Twice. He's behind. He's not gonna quite pick anyone up. Yeah, not going to quite work out for him. And actually, they're coming from multiple directions now. No one down yet.
Yeah, they really are committing to some of these very aggressive flanking maneuvers, but it's working out as they get 2 picks on the very aggressive Genji, who's dropping his ult in the back somewhere, looking for kills on the other end. He's
Yeah,
going to
he's
get
getting
2
them.
with it.
That's going to be a good chance for them to defend this. Self-destruct coming in. Not going to pick anyone up, but is at least causing problems. See multiple people up here on this catwalk. Now dropping down. And attempting to get back to his team with the rest. Yeah, TK Thrifty, though, is getting pulled. That's going to be rough for them. They are now staggered. They only have 5 people.
Yeah, they'll have to wait this out. But this could be a very explosive next fight coming in, as we're only a few % away from this being 3 ults to 5 in favor of Wangjiang Tower.
Yeah. This next fight, we're likely going to see a lot of ults come out here. We're down to 140. Not many attempts left at this. They got to make what they have work. Chromatic again, just looking to get behind them onto this back line. Joe up with this Pharaoh immediately. Pharaoh trying to flank around to the back line, get a good setup for that ult. UTech picking up Think Twice. That might be their in.
Yeah, Tranquility coming out of Teamic. That's going to start this ult chain here. As TK50 going to only get a few ticks of the Rocket Barrage. That's not being set up well by Wangjiang, as they've already lost 2. Make that 3.
Oh, good
but
res.
a big ult out of Albino Joe, going to pick up everyone that was going down. But
Self-destruct.
Thor pushing everyone off with the whole hog. And now Shooter Die just trying to buy time. Should be able to save his ult for the next fight here, as he is only in there with UTech on the Winston.
Now Shooter Die, yeah, is the last one alive. Tactical Visor used to take him out, actually. Only 40 seconds left.
Yeah, that was a really bad attack visor. But there is still the Genji ult available for Chromatic, but that is going to be the only one for very aggressive Genji. We've got both of the tank ults available for Wangjiang Tower. As Josh Janko, he is playing pretty forward, trying to scout where he should be pretty safe on the D.Va.
That's their whole team there on the side, so they are in that little side area there. Hammer down coming out.
Only his
grabbing one.
And Chromatic in the backline. He's dropped the Genji ult, going to town back there. He gets Teamic. Now he's collapsing back in towards his team. But he's going to go down. About half of both teams have dropped so far.
Oh, and a good push off from UTech getting Thor off that map, but is still not looking good for them. They're still outnumbered here. They're finally capping it a little bit, but UTech is the last one left alive. Chillout's trying to get on the point here. He's going to get taken out at the same time as UTech, and that will be the round.
And that feels like your generic Volskaya Industries game. Cap the first point at the last seconds. Do not cap the second points.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how well this this Genji works out for them on offense. Because just one more minute can make so much of a difference on that last point.
Yeah, so looking at Hubbers here, no one on VAG going to be surprising us so far, as we've come to expect. We know which 1 or 2 heroes these guys are all going to play.
Yeah.
Now the defense, Wangjiang, a little late to make their last pick, and it's going to be, they're going to be getting a little cheesy on the defense. They're running Symmetra, Mercy, Torbjorn as their core combo.
I like that Torbjorn against Chromatic. There's not a lot Genji can do by himself to a turret. If it's not already attacking one of his teammates, he will lose a straight-up fight against a turret.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Where he set up the turret, I was not paying attention, and yeah, he's gonna be setting it up right here inside the gate. So
that's risky, though.
Yeah, I was thinking he might set up deeper, looking at the point for when Chromatic breaks through, but I will defer to the Torbjorn players on this one, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for him. Obviously, it is behind the shield, but that shield's not always going to be up. So if If VAG plays their cards right, they can get that chunk down right after the shield goes down. Symmetra turret's obviously going to help with that front defense too. Oh, and Chillout actually going to take out Josh Danko. He was just in front for just a little too long.
Yeah, we
Poking
do
at the
see
gate here.
Thor is setting up on the far flank unsuccessfully. As
Misses
Chromatic gonna
the
go down on
jump.
points. That's
So-
an embarrassing sequence of events for the VAG there.
Yeah, that's a fight reset for them. Two of their people went down before they even managed to really start contesting there. So at least for now, this setup's working real well for them. They got between Symmetra and Torbjorn, those turrets just keeping people out of that front gate. So it does look like they're looking at that left side now to counter that. I think Twice managed to pick up Albino Joe there.
Yeah, they've got 3 in on that right side, and Albino Joe did not ever get any ultimate off. And now Torbjorn's going to have to try to establish a retake at the point as the Farah, Josh Danko, as a new pick.
Wow, that's surprising. I wasn't expecting to see that one, but he's doing a decent amount of damage to this Roadhog, but they're not on this point yet. They're still fighting around it. Josh
They've
Danko is
gotten
super
2
low. He's
kills.
taken
Now
out.
Danko on the Farah is going to go down. As everyone's just going to stack on top of each other. Both tack visors coming out.
Yeah, just a lot of Farah jankiness coming out, and a res Mercy right after here, and he gets killed in that little room there. Break it down, coming out, just trying to keep people alive as long as possible. That TP coming out in broad view of the enemy team there.
Enemy seen.
Just like, it's here, what about it? So this is their new defense point then. They're going to hole up in this little room with Torbjorn on the side there. He's going to get picked up immediately. That was well
strategy.
There was 2 rockets that hit them at the same time. One from Soldier, one from Farah, and he just disappeared, and so did his turret. But they are falling apart here. Now turret going up in that little room there, right next to the everything else, basically. They're just all in and on this
I
little
kind of
room.
like this strategy. You know, you have the headquarters, and you're going to defend it.
Yeah, Chromatic now is actually on Zarya, because there's nothing Genji's going to do about that setup by himself. He's not going to break through there without a ton of team help.
And that's probably a good series of swaps, too. Chromatic has always been a very good Genji player in previous seasons. Or sorry, Zarya player. As
Yeah.
VAG moving,
he's actually
and
gonna
Chromatic tosses out the black hole.
Oh!
It's a view, and there's the self-destruct, but they were already dead.
Heroes never die.
Red's coming out, actually.
Nice.
And they're still just holding that side room. Shooter Die is just staying there with as if his life depends on it. Not giving up anything else.
Yeah, and Vitelli gets Wangjiang back to the point. But very aggressive Genji still pushing it here. It's Chromatic peeking around, just trying to get some pot shots in. As
Yeah.
Think Twice is established. Sorry, chill out up on the flank.
TP should not have many charges left, so this last 15-second push is going to be the last chance. Think Twice with the Tactical Visor coming out here. Does manage to pick up Albino Joe there. Trying to get damage into that side room. Not able to get anyone down. They're just trying to keep him out. They are adamant that this is our room. You can't have it.
A beautiful boop.
Hammer
out there.
down.
Shooter Die drops the hammer. Rez gets Shooter Die back up. As this is looking good for Wangjiang.
Yeah, Think Twice and Your Pendry are the last ones alive here as Josh Danko slowly makes his way in. Gets hooked in, gets killed immediately. Think Twice is going to have to jump onto that point. No, he's going to get taken down, and that will be game.
Yeah, really good creative swaps there coming out of Wangjiang Tower. That's won them Volskaya pretty handily there on defense. Just there's a lot to like about what they picked, and there's a lot I didn't like that I didn't get to about how VAG tried to counter it. The Pharaoh was probably not going to be very effective versus those picks. And play of the match here going to be the most important of those picks that happened. Emic on the Torbjorn.
Yeah,
show
just
you
God,
core.
they claimed this room as their own, and they gave no quarter, no inch Let no one take
I
it.
appreciate that half of that play of the game was just Teemic kneeling behind a Reinhardt shield and letting the turret do its thing.
Yeah, actually, UTech has a good point. That was tower defense. They literally just stayed in that one room and let the automated guns do the work.
Well, a win is a win.
Yep.
And so that's going to give Wangjiang, after a slow start, gives them a win on the night, 2-1. So looking like they may be starting to find a bit of a groove here.
Yeah, definitely did better on those last two.
But that's enough insight. Bye.